Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to a course. Today I'm going to start some reassembly of the clapped out XR100. Off camera I've been doing a lot of stuff. You see me paint the frame and put tires on. I did get that rear sprocket on. I got those bolts that I needed. The big thing that I did while I was off camera was put the big bore kit on from BBR. So this is a 120 big bore kit from BBR. I got it on sale, so it's still a little bit of a budget, but I had to splurge and also buy a new head. The old head was trash. The cam journals were absolutely ate up. It would have cost just as much to send it out and get it welded up and remachined. So I went ahead and bought an OEM head. Came with new camshaft, new rockers, new valve guides, valve seats. The only thing that's original in the top end still is the valves themselves, which were in okay shape. Probably could have bought some new ones, but they were $100 for the pair, and I thought, not for this bike. The garage is pretty much a mess. I've got stuff laid out everywhere. The bike is still in 1,000 pieces. Hopefully it'll be a few less by the end of the day. Won't be any plastics. I'm hoping to get the swing arm on, the rear tire, front tire, forks, maybe bolt the engine up. I did get new boots for the forks off Amazon, and they fit great. They're just worm clamps on the bottom, which isn't as good as what OEM is, but not bad for 20 bucks. So let's see if we can get some parts back together on this thing. Okay, so that was about an hour and a half of assembly. Not too bad. I had a few things fight me. One being my own stupidity. Messed up a couple things. Put the swing arm in without the caps on the inside. I thought maybe the outside. I fought a spacer with the engine. I had to remember which side the spacer went on the front wheel, which is obvious if you just look at it, but I couldn't comprehend, I guess. The forks ended up being pretty straight. They're a little off still, but I don't have anything tight. I didn't want to get anything tight until it's all together. The engine's tight, the swing arm's tight, the rear shock is tight, the rear axle's just snug because obviously I still got to put a chain on, and also next will probably be handlebars, and then I'll tighten up the front. I still got to do the rear brake. It's just hanging out for now. Got to do a little bit more cleaning. Had a little bit of cleaning to do on stuff, but not a bad night. Got some stuff done, making progress. Okay, so I got the wiring installed, everything but the kill switch. I decided just to fire it up, make sure it ran. You might have seen me tilt it backwards, just want to get a little bit of oil up underneath the piston onto the wrist pin and make sure it was primed up before its initial start. I went ahead and threw the carburetor on it with the old jet. I have a bigger jet for the big bore kit, so I'll have to take that back off and want to get some new hardware. It's pretty dirty. Threw the old bars on, so I had a throttle, fired it up for about 10 seconds. Noticed I had an oil leak. I forgot to put that plug in right there, so pulled that out of my old head, put that in there, and she's running. So next is going to be handlebars, probably figure out that kill switch, some plastics, and just keep rolling on it. Okay, so it's been about 2 weeks since that last time lapse of me working on the XR100. You can tell because I don't think I've shaved since then. And also, I've just been messing around with a bunch of other stuff. A couple other bikes that'll show at some point. But most importantly, I got a new tool in the garage that will help me out greatly. Here it is. That's right, I finally got a bike lift. So I can quit bending over, sitting on stools, using VP cans. So spent a little bit of money. I got this one pretty cheap from cousin Lane. He got it pretty cheap off a guy. Had to fix the cylinder underneath there, so that was leaking air all over the place and I wasn't able to use it for a few days, but got that working today. That's one thing I've been working on. Also, like I said, a couple other bikes. In the meantime, I've also got the clutch in, got it adjusted. The spring the last owner had on there wasn't necessary. They had the holder for the cable in the wrong spot, and that's why they needed the extra spring. Got that fixed. I recovered the seat as well as I could. It was covered in duct tape and goo, and the original cover is still under there but torn. It's okay. It's not perfect. It'll work. Might try to source another seat someday if I can find one cheap. These XR100 seats are getting pretty pricey. Another thing I did source was a new stator cover. It wasn't supposed to be cracked, but it was cracked, so I JB welded it a little bit and painted it up. It's a 6 or 7 out of 10 like the rest of the bike. Today, gonna put a chain on, maybe an air box, put that stator cover on. Still waiting on some plastic, not plastics, the tank. I ordered a tank because the CRF70 plastics won't work without a CRF70 tank. Ordered a tank, it was supposed to ship last week. It got lost in shipping or they never sent it. Got a refund, ordered a new tank today. Maybe I'll have that next week and we can move on with this build. But for now, gonna make do with what I got, and also try out this new lift. Fresh new chain is on. It was the exact right length, thankfully, so I didn't even have to get the old angle grinder out and get some pins out. I went ahead and double nutted the adjusters because I don't trust them, and also that axle nut is stripped. It is what it is. Don't plan on taking it off anytime soon. Budget build, remember. So next, I think I'm going to put the stator cover on. I got a new gasket for it, so I'll clean that surface up a little bit, put it on, and then it'll be air box, plastics, then an exhaust pipe, and we'll be pretty close to running. Oh, I gotta do front brake too. I forgot about that, but I'll get to that. Stator cover is on. I left one bolt out of it because It's supposed to be longer, but I don't think the bolt's supposed to be that long. It felt like it was bottoming out, and I'm not going to ruin the case. I'll just go get a different bolt. For now, it's got 4 out of the 5. It'll be good for now, at least for test runs, until I can get another bolt in. It is a little bit shinier than the rest of the engine. Since I spray painted, it's the same color as the frame, so you can really see the color difference there. Not too concerned about it. It'll get dirty anyways. Next, I'm going to put the air box in, see what that looks like. Got the air box in. It was quite the task to get it shoved in there with the shock and the rear wheel in without cracking any of the old plastic. Got that done. I went ahead and cleaned it up while I had it out, and then I put it in, and actually the first time that I've ever opened it up, and it had no air filter in it. So that's a potential reason as to why this thing had problems in the first place. So definitely that's next on the list. And then we're going to be doing some front brakes. Still need an exhaust. Thinking about getting a different wire, or maybe I should just leave that one. It works. I'll see how much one of those costs. And then it's going to be plastics, which I got to wait on that tank for. So hopefully that tank hurries up, since it's the second one I've had to buy, and I can keep moving along on this build. But I think that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Thanks for watching.